Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy 2024, everyone. Nice to be back after a couple of weeks away. Vacationing, holiday, Christmas, New Year's, all of that kind of fun thing. But we are back in town. Minus the family, it's just me. No kids, no wife. I've stayed away for another week, 10 days. So I thought, what better things to do to start things off than jumping back into a bit of a live stream here and carrying on our row crop planting. Looking forward to getting things finished. We'll just have a look at the map in just a second and see what we've got to do and where we're going to be heading. But nice to see so many of you in here already this morning. Digging ditches, hello, nice to have you here. Corp, happy new year to you too, mate. Welcome along. Hey Chinook, how you doing? I'm assuming you finished work. I know you were at work last night, so good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Scorp's in here. Hey mate, happy new year to you, my friend. Tanner, likewise, happy new year to you, mate. Welcome in. Good to see you here. Pip, good noon hour. Is it noon? Well, there we go. Does that kind of go in between morning, afternoon, and evening? Happy midday, Pip. Good to see you, mate. Good to have you here. Andreas, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is where you are. Welcome along. Nice to have you here. Finnish Farmers in as well. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Welcome everyone. Yeah, happy new year. Hope you've all had a wonderful festive season. And everything was good. Santa brought you what you wanted. You didn't eat too much, you didn't drink too much, and you just had some good times with families. While the cat's away, the mouse is playing. Hello, Scott. Welcome, mate. Good to see you. Hello, Randy, as well. Everyone popping in. Great to welcome you all back. Nice to see you back, even with my limited content the last few weeks. Anyhow, let's jump into doing some work. So, field 18. We're going to throw this on a course play with this tractor, and we're going to course play that with some soybeans and see how row crop planting goes with soybeans. We're going to jump down here into the case, and we're going to row crop soybeans in between our corn. Now, I've had a play around with it last night when I got back, got it all set up. I think I've got the offsets working. What I've discovered is that the case planter has a slightly narrower row, I think, than this Kinsey one. The spacing between the rows that the row crop planting setup has is slightly less, so it's making it a little bit harder to set up between the soybeans with that one than it is with this one. So I think that's my issue, but we'll figure it out. We'll go and we'll see what happens. We're just gonna roll with it. But first things first, we're gonna jump in here and get this all up and going. And then if we get all this finished, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 small fields that need something put in them. They do need, if I go back to this beautiful screen, they do need lime, they do need ploughing. That refreshes. But we're just going to ignore that. We're just going to put some wheat in for those, just for a little bit of variety. We'll see how things work out. Oh, but mist there. Going to have a little bit of a mist strip up here. I've decided we're just going to leave that. If you have a look through there, you can see we've missed some. And that's where we've planted the corn. Anyhow, we're just going to see what happens. We're just going to roll with it. Have some fun. Right, so let's clear that course. And we're going to go and set up a course. Now, I have no idea how this is going to work with row crops. So we're going to start the work on headlands. Do smooth, sharp, round. We'll go with smooth. Up, down, I want manual, and I want that set at 90. I want it running parallel with that line. So not that one. Up, down, angle 90. That's already done. Shouldn't have to bypass anything. Let's see what happens. I haven't even tried course play with row crops. We'll see what ends up happening with this one. You're glad the year-end work's done, because it's time of the year for the financial business. So you have a different year-end to other countries, don't you? Or is it just that a lot of businesses you work with finish now? Our year-end, financial year-end, is end of March. We have a little bit more time. There, right, let's turn this on. We'll ride it along for a lap and just see what happens as this goes, and then I can chat to you and see what happens. But down there, spinning around that way, you can see getting some rows done. So that's a good start. Soybeans going in there. In terms of where we're looking, our field. So there's all our corn we've already planted. There's our corn and row soybean interspersed. Corn in that field. We were going to do the soybean corn in this part, but we ended up doing it in this chunk. Got soybeans and soybeans, so we're going to have a decent amount to deal with once we get to harvest time, which is, well, hopefully going to come around pretty quick, because that's what I'm most looking forward to next, is getting in and harvesting all this setup. Hey Scooter, how you doing mate? Happy New Year to you mate. Welcome along. And Mr. Freeman, Jeremy, how you doing mate? Thank you very much for your continued support as a member of the channel. Very much appreciated. I'm looking at things I can do to better reward members for 2024. So I've got some things planned. I'm just going to try and figure out how that works. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you mate. Appreciate it. The beauty, actually, and while I'm thinking about it, of having no family here is I am actually contemplating, for those of you in the latter time zones, so I'm thinking about the US and obviously New Zealand, Australia, I am thinking about doing another live stream this afternoon. We'll see what happens. Need some virtual merch like FSG. I've got a couple of things, Scorp. I need to talk to FSG about how he did his hat, because the way the merch works in the wardrobe mod is the hat, the logo on the front of the hat split into two, so you've got to try and join it through the middle, and not use the wrong finger, join it through the middle, and that's proving to be incredibly difficult. So I might have a chat to him and see how he got us to match up. Otherwise, I might do an Argsy hat with the logo on the side panel rather than centered. That could look quite cool too. But I've got a couple of things done. Funny you could get the virtual hat, not the real life hat. He's just a snob when it comes to having the perfect hat. The thing I've found, Scorp, that's most difficult. Like, I got quite a lot of hats made when I went over to FarmCom, and I've still got quite a few here, but they're very expensive to ship. The shipping cost to send it anywhere else in the world is more expensive than the hat for me to do it myself, and I know FSG's looked at doing that. He wasn't happy with the quality that some of the merch companies did, but who knows. Figure out the hat thing, please make a tutorial. You've been struggling since it came out. I will do, Scooter. I'll have a chat. I know FSG's got his working and he got it paired and matched up, but might be just a little bit of trial and error. Can't remember if I screenshotted the one I did make, but it looked terrible. Looks funny. I think I've got it installed on this. That one there. Double check. No Argsy clothing in there. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, it was stupid to send it to the States. It's cool. What'd be great is if someone like Farm Focused, who do all of the YouTube farmers gear, like Millennial Farmer and Welker Farms and all of those guys, if they did virtual farming YouTubers gear, but I know that they carry a huge amount of stock, and when you've got 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, you're going to turn over a whole lot more merch than others do. So, little YouTube channel, virtually farming, we're not going to have quite the same draw card, but here we go. We'll see what happens. Any luck with the decals you're building for me? Sorry, Corp. No, I have been incredibly slack on that. But leave it with me. I will write a note right now. Remind myself to have a look at it now that I've got some downtime. Ooh, logo. There you go. It's written down. Did you just see Rudolph floating above your ears? Apparently that's a Giants thing. There's nothing map makers can do to make that not happen. The flying deer. I don't know what it is. There you go. Oh no, that's actually a bird. Not a flying Rudolph. But yeah, the deer spawning in midair is something to do with the game engine, not map makers. I've heard. It could be a map maker's excuse. Who knows? Nuke the like button. Indeed, Cook Chinook. Thank you, mate. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up if you're enjoying things here. Do appreciate it all. We're getting pretty close to 17,000 subs. I did have this wild dream that we got there before Christmas, but not quite. Only a couple of hundred away, which should be pretty cool. Goal this year, I'd love to get 25,000 subs this year. It's a big ask because I don't get that many, but we'll see. We've got some ideas. Try and further our reach, broaden our horizon. Hey Dylan, how you doing? Should do a virtual versus IRL farmer competition. In what regard, Dylan? I'll sit here in the comfy of my living room and see who can make the most, or get real farmers doing virtual things. That'd actually be kind of fun, wouldn't it? How good can you... I'll give you a Hori farming vehicle control system, and you'll get a joystick and a steering wheel and see how well you can stack bales and that. You have that happen in some spots on Tahitian map. Oh yeah, I've seen it a few spots. Crazy deer walling in the trees. I know, it's silly, isn't it? Why would they walk in the trees? Funny looking geese they have in New Zealand. Strangest ones ever. Alright, there we are. Well, we've made it once around the field, and we've got a row of soybeans in the whole way around. That bodes well. We'll have to keep an eye on seed. Seed should be okay, actually, just looking at the rate that seed being used. Not very quickly at all. Fertilizer, we've used 17%. I think we were about 60% before we started this. And of course, we're going to get this awkward little spot here where it's going to go through the rows we've already done. We'll get a bit of a double up there, but let's leave them running. We'll see what ends up happening. So yeah, we're going to get this little crossover there, but I don't think there's a way you can get course play to lift and move on to the next headland, is there? Anyone aware of that? No. Right, let's motor on over this way. We'll have a look at how I've set this up and how I hope it is all going to work. So, we're here on the very first row of corn that we did with this planter. So if you remember back before Christmas when we started doing this, I tried to use the Kinsey planter on the John Deere and the Case planter to do the row crop, and it didn't work. I couldn't get the rows to line up quite as well as I could. Chinook, thank you mate for those 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. David, Farmson, Bob, Grant, Cape Cod Driver, and Hanson all picking up those lots. First lot of 2024. You're a star, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice to see a bunch of regulars getting those as well. Awesome. So when I tried to do it with the overlapping on the other planter, it didn't quite work. So this block in here, the yellow block of corn, was all planted using the Case. So I've gone and loaded the course for that, and we've set up a 1.15 foot offset. So have a look there, F21 planter, we saved that beforehand. Now if I turn on our lines, see how far offset we are from the actual course, which is the red, which is about halfway, if you look at that, between the two. The green was our original, and the orange, red's the offset. You can see the rows in front. So what we should hopefully get is no stubble. You can see the stubble there in the foreground. That's what happens when you go over a row that's already been planted. That's what it lays down. Now we'll get a little bit here at the start, because this row is on a little bit of a funky angle. So if we just go back, you see those bits there. Then once we get into the row proper, it all disappears. Go back and have a look now. That all running like a pro farmer would. There you go. We've destroyed a little bit of the previous planted corn, so we'll get a blank patch of corn in there, I think. But otherwise, we should now have 2 rows, and I think if, oh, we can't quite see it yet. Go a little bit further, but as we get, oh, you can just make it out under my player maker. You can see the green and yellow, green and gold, which looks a little bit like that, which says to me we're planting both. So we'll find out what's going to happen. We're just going to go for it. We're going to roll with it. I did find in my testing that there's spots where when you go through a bit of a depression, something like that, that it doesn't like keeping in a straight line, like the, and rightly so, like, you know, as you go through an undulation, it moves the planter over a little bit or something. So I found that that was happening, but all in all, it does seem to be doing exactly what it should do. So we're just going to roll with it, see what happens. Plenty of seed in this one, plenty of fertilizer, so we should be good. Chinook's the legend and is the best. He's certainly is Scorp. Great to have such a wonderful community around us. Sparky, how you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome here and welcome along. Hope you had a wonderful festive season. Hey, Mr. FSG, how you doing, mate? Welcome, welcome. Belated Happy New Year to you all. Same to you, mate. Happy New Year to you as well. Trust you've had a wonderfully relaxing couple of weeks and time off work. See, there we go. That's that bit I was talking about, that you get a little bit of damage here when you start to go through these undulating ground. So I think from my tests, I certainly found it easier using that Kinsey planter over in the other field to do the rows. But we've got it working here, and just looking back at the map, we're getting the rows, so we'll see what happens. It's all in the name of science, right? You've been keeping busy though, man. Obviously you saw my comment, but caught up on all the contractor series. That is it's going from strength to strength. Really, really enjoying that one. Still a great little series. Although I think you must have read my list of videos I wanted to make, because I think you've done about 3. I thought it'd be great. We'll still do them though. We'll get back into Aussie farms tonight. I'm looking forward to catching up with FSG and having a chat to him and getting back into the cotton harvest that we did on the live stream just before Christmas. Different way of double cropping. That's right, Tanner. I saw so we've talked about it a couple of times on stream, but I saw Cole the Cornstar did it this year. Some more Rudolphs up there. He did it this year with different ways of intercropping. So I thought, well, now we've got row crop, see what happens. Try it out for ourselves. So, fingers crossed, now that we've turned around, it's all going to work without any hitch. There you go, just a little bit there on the headland. Oh, famous last words, look at that. What? See that, and that's what I can't figure out, why it does it a patch like that. Anyhow, like I said, we're just going to roll with it, see what comes of the whole thing. Alright. Gosh, that was moving fast. Some Bob. Thank you for the membership channel. Happy New Year, Args, and wishing you every success reaching 25k. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Seriously low seed rate. It is going down very slowly, BSG. Don't know what's going on with that. I'm not complaining though. Happy New Year to you, Hanson. Good to see you, mate. Mark, welcome along. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Been nice chatting to you and catching up a little bit on the Oaks. Spent a little bit of time on there over Christmas. Tim, welcome along, mate. Happy New Year to you. No, welcome. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. We still do them. I will. Howdy, Farm Sim fam. Legion, mate. Good to see you as well. Everyone's in here. What a great bunch. Seed hasn't changed 1 litre since starting. Is that right? It's interesting, isn't it? Maybe we're not planting. Oh no, there it goes. It went down 1, didn't it? 2333 to 2332. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Slowly dropping and actually a lot closer, in your opinion, to real life seed rates. Soybeans definitely do go on a lot slower. I do know that. Yeah, it is slowly dropping. Not quite as fast as the fertilizer, but you do see guys, they sort of don't have to do much, do they? We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's all experimenting. Pop in and is out with family. We'll have to rewatch later. Oh, good, mate. Nice you to say hello. I was just saying before, to those who are only just joining, I might try and do another live stream in a few hours' time. It's just me home. The kids, Mrs. Argsy, the kids have stayed away. Stayed away. Sounds like they don't want to be here. They are continuing their holiday. Mrs. Argsy's working part-time remotely. I had to get back into the office. So I've decided to stay away with Mrs. Argsy's mum for a few extra days, or a week and a half or so. It's kind of cool. They get a bit more sunshine, a bit more time at the beach and things like that, and I go back to work tomorrow. But it does mean I might have the liberty, once I've mowed the lawns and done all those tasks I need to do around the home after being away for a couple of weeks, to maybe jump on and do a bit more of a stream later on. Don't know what we're going to do, but we'll see what we do. hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas, blessed New Year's Eve. Thank you, Tim. Certainly did. So yeah, great couple of weeks. Lots of sun. It's nice too. Don't forget to hit the like and send in your screenshot for the calendar. Yes. So Legion, if you're not part of the mods and edits Discord channel, I think ! mods, I hope we'll bring that up. It's either mods or mod. Pop that up, and Legion's putting together a virtual calendar, so to speak, using screenshots from the community. It looks very cool, the one he's already done, so make sure you send those on in. And while he's talking about screenshots, if you haven't seen my post on Facebook or Discord, we're running another one of our screenshot competitions. It was a lot of fun last year. Mrs. Argsy will be judging it. So make sure you get your entries into that. You've got a couple of weeks because, well, Mrs. Argsy's not back until later in the month. So I thought, let's keep those open for as long as possible, get as many entries as we can. And I've got a little bit of a theme for it. It's called New Beginnings for the new 2024. And celebrations, celebrating New Year and Christmas. So read into that as you will. I think it's pretty loose. But yeah, check that out and get your entries into me. I did see Mr. Hathornthwaite sent an email through earlier today with his entry, so good to see those starting to roll in. Make sure I do it before you go to bed at 12. I will be after that, Chinook. I've got to go out and mow the lawns. Oaks live maybe in the dark. I will have to try and do a live Oaks at some stage, Mark. But it's not much to do actually. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time on that over the holidays because it was easy to jump on remotely and just do things. And we've made a lot of progress. Unfortunately, I haven't recorded any of it, so we'll do a little bit of a catch-up episode soon. I've actually got an episode already recorded from, or 2 episodes already to go from before Christmas, so I need to get those out, otherwise we'll be falling a long way behind, but it does give me something to start the year out with. Alright. Well, it's a start. It's working, I think. It's working. You can see those patches there, that big patch where we ripped through the corn. You can have a chunk of soybeans there, but all in all, it's starting to look like it should. I'm happy with it. We're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna roll with it. You've got to go into the office next week for your once a month full weekend. Is that how you're doing it? It's interesting. There we go. Thank you, Scorp. There's the link to the Mods and Links Discord. Hopefully it's not an expired link. It's been in Nightbot for some time, so if it doesn't work, I'm sure someone can throw in a copy for it. Cheers, Scott. Hope you're feeling better soon, my friend. Thank you for stopping in, saying hello, and Happy New Year. So, yeah, look forward to catching up with you more as the year progresses. Your wife was always worried what you'd eat when you were away, and you were a chef, Scott. I've actually got to go to the supermarket today because there's absolutely nothing to eat in the house. I had some bacon and poached eggs for dinner last night because that's all that was around. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for breakfast, and I'm probably going to make that fatal mistake once I've finished streaming and going to the supermarket hungry and come back with a whole lot of stuff I don't need. But I have written a list. I've made a bit of a plan. We'll see what happens. Yos, how you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you. Good to see you carrying on 2024 the way you finished 2023. Also start a new multiplayer server to replace Midwest once the challenge is done, so vote on the map you want to see. Indeed, Chinook. Yeah, we're, I think, what, about 85 million, so there's only about 15 million to do. With what's left. So hopefully next live stream or 2, so we'll be back on that this week. I do want to go to Alma, Missouri, but I think we might try and finish the Midwest Horizon server off, get the challenges done there, and then we might jump over and have some time on Alma, Missouri. It's been great to see so many people playing around on the servers. It's really been nice to sort of log in and see progress, see people doing things through Discord. So hopefully we can get more people involved. If you're interested, !Discord. and jump in. Right. Concentrate on that job. And we can chat a bit more. Rusty Money Gaming, how you doing, mate? Some donuts and coffee for me. Well, I've got the coffee, but now you've said I need donuts, we might just go and get some donuts from the supermarket. Nice to see you though, mate. It was great catching you on stream last night. It was yeah, that was a cool stream, the bits I saw. Just you chatting to the other guys. It's always a different type of stream when you're multiplayer and you've got people talking at the same time, so good to see my friend. Nice work with the row crop stuff on the website. Thank you, mate. I do need to update that with the Tahitan release. Get donuts for breakfast, cool. Solid. Gaming, Rusty Money Gaming, the voice of an angel. I said to him last night on his stream, did he get any record label deals out of our little song? So enjoying the grown-up meals you hear. Indeed, Yos. Hey Nismo, how you doing? Good morning, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, thank you everyone who was involved with part of that FSG, Rusty Money Gaming. Mr. Goham, how you doing, my friend? Nailed the role of Santa in our 12 Days of Christmas. That was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed that. It was a whole lot different from what I had in my mind, the way it ended up, but it was a whole lot of fun. I know, talking to Bovine, he's already got some ideas for the music for next year, so we'll see what we can do to trump this year. Come back from the shop with a load of rubbish, but still nothing to make a decent meal. Never go to the shop hungry. I know, Farms and Bob. I know. I saw your message too, Scorp. Don't go to the... Scooter, don't go hungry. Recently signed with FS Records. We'll be recording again soon. Nice, Rusty. You submitted a mod today, Yos. Go on, what was it? They got back into testing very quickly after New Year's. I got my object storage sent back with a couple of errors, which I couldn't see in the log file. They said there was errors in the log file, which when I went through it all and checked all the log files, I couldn't see, so I have to investigate that. It's on my list of things to do too. Ah, don't make me jealous, DJ. These guys are going to catch up at Llama. Would have been a blast to be able to go to that, but trying to get one trip to Europe this year from Mrs. Argsy will be enough of a challenge. This is realistic farming. What are you doing? He's taking notes, Dylan, and he's going to do complete opposite when it comes time for him to do something. Nah, not doing that way. You know, when you redo your farm and the people walk through your buildings, yes. Are you changing and doing something with the pedestrian splines? Stop them doing that. It's clever if you have yours. Modern problems, modern solutions. Thank you, Dylan. Send it back saying you've fixed them and see if it passes. Well, the funny part is that I got asked to remove some lines out of the XML that were in the first time they went through, and they didn't ask me to remove it the first time, but hey. Do what they ask and see what happens. Removed the people. Have you called it something clever like the Exterminator or the Assassin? Is that the name of you? That'd be kind of cool. Your mod called the Assassin. Tank is empty. What are we empty of over there? I'm going to guess it's fertilizer. Certainly not seed the rate it's going down on this one. Not like it's a short trip for you, that's for sure. That's right, Pep. I've been making some plans. I've been looking. I think this time I'm going to run over here. Go and fix this guy. This time we're going to do it a little bit differently if I do get over there. I'm going to reverse engineer the trip and go direct to Germany first. And from there we will then see what we do. See where we end up. Right, that's that done. And now we'll do this legitimately-ish. We are going to fill that up that way. We put 2,000 litres in, and I need to take some money out for that. arbitrary amount of 4 grand. Oops. Oops, if I press the 4. There we go. That's back up and underway. Nearest waypoint. That doesn't pick up on a headland. Oh, on one of the rows. It stays on the headland. Yes. Yes. Good. Worried it was going to start one of the up and down rows because it can do that sometimes. Yeah. There we go. Good progress. Oops. No, except for when you press the wrong button, Argsy. Right. Do it this way. Here we go. Right, back into it. Setting a good example so you can get set a bad example. Exactly. You called it the Argsy, right? It's a funny joke, but it's completely not PG for this stream, Yoss. Chinook, why are you not helping Argsy? He's gonna log in. Well, not that it's on his server, Nisma. He's gonna come in and clean everything for me later. FSG, Argsy, Cop, and DJ running around the UK. What could go wrong? Well, the whole running part, DJ, I can't see that happening. I'd love to see that happen. Should we make that a mission? We'll run from Munich to Scotland. Well, doesn't help when you lot can't decide which side of the road you want to drive on. All over the place. I mean, I'm okay when we're in the UK, so they drive on the sensible side of the road. You don't think you'd be any help since you can't drive in a straight line. That's very true. Very, very true. You need to arrange another castle. More fertilizer required. Alright. Ditto for this one. Fill unit 2. Fertilizer. Another 4 grand. I know this one's a little bit less, but will do. Chinook's been grounded. All seen that. Indeed we have. Hanson, definitely have. A normal hotel with aircon. Your Texans drive on the both sides of the road. It's cool. Law unto yourselves, aren't you? Do what you want to do. How do you track where you've done? Mr. Meeseeks. Via memory and looking at the map. That's about it. That is a little bit difficult, but because I'm using the same GPS course I used previously with a slight offset, which if I turn the lines back on, you can see, should be tracking 1.15 feet offset from the past course, and it seems to be pretty much working. I was saying at the start, I feel like this planter, because as I understand it, each of these row units is set up as a planter on its own. That's how the row crop works. I feel like this planter has a narrower configuration than the Kinsey planter. I found it a lot easier to offset with the Kinsey planter when we did that as a trial originally. So I'll be intrigued to see how this all works out when it's finished. But it's working. I think we're going to have soybeans and corn pretty much growing on top of each other. But hey, it's science and nothing's perfect when you're playing in a game, is it? DJ in North Carolina, people drive on both sides of the road regardless. Hey Aussie Odd, how you doing? It's not cheating, Mr. Meeseeks. I mean, I've got a combine, I've got a planter here with a whole lot of screens, which would be showing exactly the same data and information that that screen there is. So, in no way is it cheating. I just have to use a different screen to do it. I'm sure if the game allowed us to have screens, and I know there's some mods which do now, but if I was able to show that data on there, I'd drive in screen in cab and do it like that. Oh, the filling was cheating. I know, we've discussed that. We've discussed that previously. I've been doing it that way because I hadn't got around to buying a liquid caddy or anything like that. But fair enough. Darren Roth Roleplay, hello, welcome along, good to see you. What map is this? This is No Creek Farms. It's the row crop edition by Scotch Monkey. If you type in !RCR, I think you'll find I have a link to my website which has a curated collection of row crop ready maps and planters. It just needs to be updated, I think, with a Heaton County map, which is the most recent row crop ready map released. So there you go, you can go and find out. If you want to get hold of the map, you'll find a link to it there. Andreas, no worries. Thanks for tuning in and saying hello. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and hope 2024 brings you everything you hope for. Here we go. Thanks, Chinook Scorp. Even better, you can do it with uppercase or lowercase, and it works both ways. Right, so we're about halfway across. That planter's doing its up and down row, so we're going to get a little bit of a overlap on that path there, I reckon, because the headland's not quite at right angles, but it's going to happen in real life too. Last night I asked yourself if you were on console, and what was the answer? Did you reach a logical conclusion, Yoss, or was it all... Green done. One thing I probably should have actually... I feel like I should have done one more headland pass just to make it easier to get lined up on the rows here, but it's not too bad if you go right as far as you can across the headland. Seems to work alright. That one's pretty straight. He says as he gets a whole lot there that's not. So we'll see what ends up happening. You never got a response. You ignore yourself, Yoss, and thought, what a stupid question. Well, I must admit, as much as really enjoyed this row crop, I'm looking forward to getting it finished and moving on. It'll be good to have something different to do. I think this is I think this is our 4th stream. We did fields 1, 2 and part of 3 in the first stream, then we did 3 and 4 in the next stream, and then 8 and part of 21 in the 3rd stream, and now we're on to this. This is the fourth stream doing this, so we'll be coming up on 8 hours of seeding by the time we've finished. So it'll be good to be able to move on. I'm looking forward to progressing things. I think we've got weeds turned on, even though we're not on precision farming, which is a bit of a killjoy. I wish I had put precision farming on. We'll end up with blanket weeds, but that's alright. We've got a good John Deere sprayer to take care of all of those, so we'll get in a little bit of weed control. Might have to apply some more fertilizer. There's actually something. Okay. With double cropping, are we getting our second application of fertilizer across here? We are. No? Rolling. No, so it's not refertilizing it, so we are going to have to go across and do that again. Okay. Another application of fertilizer if we can. bit of spraying, and then we'll be able to jump forward to a bit of harvesting. When 25 question mark is released, we immediately switch completely. Well, play it by ear. I wasn't intending to do that when 22 came out, Mr. Meeseeks, but it became, you know, it was something we jumped up into pretty much fully. I think there might have been a little bit of time we spent in 19 still, but I fully expect to. Might depend when it comes out, where we're at when it comes out, what's still in the pipeline from other people when it comes out, so we will just have to wait and see. Row your crop. Hello Bobby, how you doing? Good to see you. Mark, I think you need a few typing lessons. Gently. Gently. Will I stream? Depends, I might have retired by then, Yoss, you never know. Might have gone out with a bang. You might have driven me away. You never know. Sad thing is pressing send before I want it to. Mark's probably busy driving a truck on the Oaks at the same time and trying to keep going in a straight line. Tell you what, Mark, when I was using your truck the other day on that sunflower contract, though, traffic on the Oaks is brutal, and I am grateful I do not have to drive a big truck around too often. Stone picking, close. Yoss drives anyone away. You wouldn't say that if you've met Yoss in real life. Isn't that because you don't drive Yoss? I have the photo. Oh, have I got a stone picking photo for the competition? Nice. Use the small roads where the trucks don't go, where the traffic doesn't go. To get from my farm right down to the bottom to the sugar plant to sell crops, it was a bit hard to navigate there without it. In fact, I can't get anywhere. From my farm to go anywhere, I can't really get anywhere without going on the roads. You did pass your driving test. Well done. Proud of you. Right, getting through it, getting it done. To make sure you have hit the like button, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Great to have so many people here for my first stream back for the year too. It's always a blast to catch up with so many people after a couple of weeks of, well, rest for me, relaxation, sun. Too much to eat, too much to drink, all of those things. So do make sure if you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, make sure you do. Pep, hit refresh on your browser, Pep, because often, for some reason, I don't understand why this is, on viewers end, often you see that where you can see how many you're watching is updated, but the number of likes isn't. I've got 4 accounts and liked it myself, so. Harvesting sugar beets on Tahitian. Nice score. 4 accounts. I set myself up and liked my stream 4 times. Yep. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. First stream, first content of 2024 for me. Good to be back. We've got the John Deere somewhere in the field. There it is. in the field next to us. Getting soybeans planted there. We're planting the last of our row crop intercropping section here. We've only got, there 3 passes left maybe, and then we'll be done. Once we're finished with that, we're going to go and move on to planting a little bit of wheat. We're going to pull out our seeder. Wheat planted in these 2 fields, that field, these 2 over here. Although, I'm jumping in and out of the screen, and it's probably going to bug some of you, but sure. Harvest wheat. Oh yeah, we do have an overlap with corn, soybeans. We can't get... I don't know if that... we plant wheat there, will be harvestable in July. I'm not sure. That seems a very narrow growing window. We'll find out. Does mean though, if I've got soybeans in the way, I can't drive over them to get to the wheat field. That one's not lined up very well. We're gonna get a whole lot of stubble texture there, are we? Not too much. Right. Manageable. So back to looking here. So yeah, because the problem will be if I want to harvest wheat in July, our soybeans here aren't ready till October. Neither is our corn. Our row crop ready soybeans are the same window, so we would technically, there's only one field, only this field here we'd have to drive through to get to harvest wheat. So maybe I'll shoot over and put some soybeans in that at the same time. Get to those 2 and those 2 for wheat. That's the plan. First harvest window is for winter wheat planted in the fall, David. It's only got the one harvest window though. So got October, November, then March, April. And there's only that harvest window, June, July for wheat. So I don't know. It would be neat, and I know you can do it. You'd have to break it into wheat and winter wheat and have different planting and different seed types to be able to have it where you actually harvest your crops at the right time. But we'll see. Does this planter rise before you finish the row or not? Does if I press the button in the right time, Yoss? But it's not early rise without interaction from said operator. It's a bad calendar. Spring wheat should have a full harvest. Yeah, I agree, Pep. I agree. My worry is what will actually happen is you plant wheat here and it won't actually be harvestable until you've gone through a whole calendar. So we'll see. Maybe we could do barley. We put barley in, it's got a slightly longer window. Still doesn't help us with getting through our corn and soybeans to get across that field, but the other option is it's only a narrow little piece across there. We just sacrifice a little for soybeans and drive across the crop, but always an option too. Notice the second time you look, guessing that's what we're trying for because they have a second planting season in October and November. Yeah, so it feels to me like the spring planted wheat should have a later harvest and the winter wheat should, so almost like it just needs a wider harvest window, like a July to November, like 4 months or something, but it is what it is. Always paying attention. Spring wheat would be September, October harvest, that's right. Very true. Who's going to finish first? We've got 2 more rows. I'll have to do that section and then go and do that bit. All good. It's about chewed through the rest of that fertilizer again. We'll hide our screen so Mr. Meeseeks can't see me cheating again. I am cheating a little bit today. I'm not using my steering wheel either. We're back on the controller at the moment. It was just getting back yesterday. It was much easier just to jump straight into doing that. Always pay attention if you watch your vids. Exactly. Always paying attention. But yes, I am using the controller. Back on that today. But using the steering wheel and that was a lot of fun doing the row crop. It made it just that little bit more realistic, and more so. Quite cool. Still prefer the controller over the wheel. It's just easier, Pep. I can just pick it up and play, whereas the wheel I need to move into place. And it's not cumbersome or hard to do. It's just another thing to do. If I jump between playing and editing and, you know, browsing or anything like that, it's just in the way. I need to work on a setup, and I know there's some solutions. I think Mark sent me through something on Amazon that I could use. If anyone's seen Scroft video, he set up the Hori steering wheel. He built himself a little stand, which I thought was pretty neat. So if I can get the wheel mounted on something that I can easily move in and out of the way, then that could be a good solution. Alright, this should be us on our last pass. Where's the row end? There it is. And we're not going to get to the end with the fertilizer we have. Here we go. That's worked out alright. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens when we come to come to harvest time. You reckon 40 litres left? I don't think we're going to make it. Dum 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 dum. What if we use like 100 litres of seed? Definitely not going to make it. If you help me focus, do you get a commission on me paying attention? Yeah, the rate's pretty terrible though, Yoss. My attention comes cheaply. Right. Look away. Not cheating. Just making things easier. Oh, don't want to take that much out. We'll take 4,500 will do. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything. What are you talking about, Mark? Nothing to see here. You'll take anything, you need a new hip. Hey Bo, how you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Hope you've had a wonderful end to 2023 and a great start to 2024. You off work still, or are you back tomorrow like I am? Hey Disturbed, how you doing, mate? Good evening. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Welcome. Alright, what's happening over the fence? I've got one. So this is where... Now, what would I do if I was planting that? I'd probably still go through and plant it. This where proceed would be handy. We could turn half the planter off, but... It looks a little bit wider. Oh, not that much wider than that row, is it? We'll let them go. We'll let them finish their job. Be a diligent worker. Just had your last sleep in, back to work tomorrow, Bo. Likewise, mate. Likewise. I think I'm going to be a friendly boss and turn up tomorrow and tell the staff we're finishing at 4. A bit early because I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to 5. Alright. That's us done there. So, let's do what I said. Yeah, let's do it. We'll go over and plant this field over this way. While that guy's finishing off there, and then we can be done with this planting setup. I don't actually remember now. Is that on the lease? That's all leased. So we'll get this returned. And then we'll use the John Deere to plant with the seeder and get the wheat done. But look at that. That road. Did it work? You'll have to tune in next time. Hello, Mrs. Argsy. Hello, boys. Good morning, Morena. How are you in the sunny Bay of Plenty today? How's the oldest child? Is he woken up feeling a bit better than he was yesterday? Oh, there you go. FSG's been silently watching, hasn't said a word for the last 20 minutes, and then you pop into chat and he's like, oh, hello, how are you? Happy New Year. Right, let's carry on. We're going to completely freehand this. In fact, what we're going to do, not that one, is on there. Been out to play football already this morning. It's probably a good thing to do after yesterday. Go out early and do it. Perfect field for using the row markers in. PSG disappeared as you appear. That's happened numerous times though, Yoss. You know that. You know who the boss is. So you need to ask her nicely. Does Argsy have permission to go to FarmCon this year? You did a sleep test for New Year's, you slept right through it. Nice one. I got to admit, I slept through a smoke alarm going off at the holiday house the other day. It went off on its own for no reason, it wasn't an emergency, but it bodes well if there was one, doesn't it? Are we still only commuting via YouTube chat? That's it. Yeah, it's been a tough start to 2024, Bo. Even worse is when we have to go into someone else's stream to communicate. Always loved this field in No Creek Farms in my 2019 version. Oh, I can't even see where I'm going. Go in cab to go around that corner. Yeah, always loved this field. Fun little one to do. Awkward as all things, but fun all the same. When there's no cell signal, we use smoke signals. Use smoke signals, that's it. That's the smoke alarm going off. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so basically what you're saying is, Pep, is I slept through Mrs. Argsy trying to talk to me. Not an uncommon occurrence, is it, my love? Blind people are supposed to smell those signals. Only if they're being nosy. What I did there. He just needs to think and remove his head. That's right. I'll do it like this, Corp. With smoke signals, I go like this. Just got to do it at the right rhythm and you can get some Morse code going. It was so bad it qualified for a granddad joke. Exactly. Smoke signals in Braille. You need, what, a whole lot of ash to go up with the smoke at the same time. Fine, they burn their hands doing that. Oop. Bo, sorry. Bo said that. Remorse code. No remorse here at all. Gosh. Alright, let's see how we go. Into cab. Look, you scared her away, everyone. Like, had enough. Carrier pigeon seems more reliable. I should be lifting that up, but I've already gone through it, so we'll just carry on. Surprised I haven't had a notification to say our work is finished, actually. They might have been done by now. Still here. Ah. Good job. Good thing the kids don't have a YouTube channel yet, that they'd be in here drumming up support. Have I considered live streaming when you do modding? Love to watch. Wow, I hardly do modding, Dylan. Hardly do anything. Yeah, there wouldn't be too much to see from me. You need to ask someone who actually does the proper modding. Do more modding, you enjoy entertainment. I don't know whether you'd be a help or a hindrance if I was doing some modding live, Yos. You're with Yos. Now would be the time. Shush Pep, whose side are you on here? Careful, I'm going to back into the trees. Argsy screaming for an hour in frustration. It would be just that, Bo. It'd have to be an R18 stream. There's some choice words, and a lot of them. Yoss said to do it like this, he's a liar. Nailed it, FSG. Nailed it. Can someone screenshot that and take it as permission? Need Argsy to hand you sunscreen. This was Mrs. Argsy's job. She was the chief sunscreen applier. Sorted. Silence is acceptance, Bo. Yeah, no, I'm not using that one. More than 10 seconds of sparse there for it, so legit, yes. Sorted. This is why when I said to her last night, come in and say hi in the live stream, she was a bit reluctant to. Oh look, AI workers finished their job. Perfect. Hey Kieran, how you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you. Good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful end to 2023. And that 2024 has started off well for you. Time to get the flights booked. I need to talk to my mate Chinook about those. Well, actually I need to give my mate Chinook some information so you can have a look at those. Another thing to do. Easier to ask forgiveness than permission. You're clearly not married, Dylan. Alright, let's jump out of the air and have a look how we're going. Chinook, your online travel agent, that's it. I think I've done a pretty good job following those rows. And if I do say so myself. But we'd already agreed you'd collect me from the airport. Already booked the car. I thought Yan was picking you up from the airport, Mark. Or is it a team effort? Good luck with that. Right, let's fold that up. Get rid of that before we cause any more damage to our crops unnecessarily. You are with kids, Dylan. Goodness, you're a braver man than I am then. Braver man than I am. Chinook, your online travel agent. I hope so, Chinook. I hope so. When married, you ask permission, then follow it with forgiveness, then do what you're told. Nailed it in one. Whoop. Years of experience talking right there. I hope you live another day. Hello, Mr. Thor. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Welcome along. Happy New Year to you. Hope Santa treated you well, that you'd been a good boy in 2023. Currently waiting on my new PC to arrive. Before you ask, is there any way to get this map note row crop ready? There is, and that is from JCL Farming. Not quite exactly the same, the yard's slightly different, but the yard, JCL's version is the original yard from 19 and the yard from 17, the original Oak Creek Farms. This yard's been changed a little bit, which I don't mind. I'm not a huge fan of it. I preferred the original yard layout, but to be row crop ready, I needed to use this yard layout. So, yeah, JCL's farm equipment on itch, I think it was. It's a fine line between bravery and stupidity. It certainly is. Right, let's square this little piece off here. I've got all sorts of rows I've missed, haven't I? Crime, what a crime. It's going to be the ugly duckling field. I can feel it now. It is an awkward little shape. Anytime you ask permission when it involves toys, like ATVs. Fair enough. We have a pretty good understanding, I think. Hope you agree, Mrs. Argsy. In your case, it's stupidity, Chinook. Looking forward to getting things better health-wise so you can see me and Chinook in New Zealand. Don't forget Bovine Corp. But yeah, for sure. Great to see you down here. You like the 19 version, Dylan? Well, there you go. JCL's farm equipment. Link to map and the mods and description, yes, and then we've got the row crop ready stuff as well, so if you're looking for that, you can find it there. Here we go. One more row. Oh, we've ended up with a horrible gap there. Someone sacked this driver. Right, well, that little triangle can stay a little triangle. Done. Oh, my leg's getting sore. I've been sitting on it. Not a smart thing to do. All right. Oh. Alright, what are we going to do now? We've got that done. We have some seed and fertilizer in here, which we don't want to just get rid of. So we'll run this back up to the yard, empty it out, get the other planter set up. In fact, we can use the seed in the other planter, or seeder. Get the John Deere back up to the yard, and we'll come down and plant a little bit of cereal crop. I'm thinking we might jump into some barley. Gotta say, I love this tractor. This is the Caceres modding version. He released 2 on his itch page. With this one's the realistic sounds, and the other uses the in-game sounds. Santa left his reindeer behind. This one with the realistic sounds is such a nice sounding tractor. Especially when you jump in cab and you get that sort of whine of the gearbox and everything like that. Very cool. You have a fun idea, write column in row crop. As in write it in the field. Why would I want to write column? Find is greater than fun. It would be if you were playing Scrabble, Mark. On my forehead. Are we going to get started on this game of how many memberships or how big a donation to write your name on my forehead, Yos? Not that kind of streamer, mate. Your missus said it would be good for you, even said I could go without her. Right on, Mark. Right on, Corp. Right on. Say mate, and ended up saying Mark. Yeah. Be more than happy to host you if you manage to make it down here. Now, how many hours have we put on this tractor? 3.7, and that's all been done in those 2 fields down the bottom. We left the truck running. Right, if we go through here, how do I unload this again? Yeah. Is that emptied? We can now turn that off. Turn you off. We'll jump into here. We will return these items. Turn that. Return that. And return that. Back where they came from. And go down and find this. How did they end up doing? Let's have a look. It's not bad, is it? That is not bad using some courseplay. Even their row, like, actually courseplay almost does a better job at stopping right on the headlands than I can do. That's pretty impressive. Alright. Finished. Row crops are done. Done. Sounds suspicious, Corp. Not at all. Useless since you always have your hat on. Hey. Put a price on everything, Yos. Magic. What's the dunk? Ugh. Big bit. Oh, that's the bit that I managed to damage when I was testing it, wasn't it? Alright. We do have a whole lot of grass that we're going to have to do something with at some stage, but I don't think we're going to do multiple mowings. I've actually got a whole lot of hay and straw and everything already from the carryover from last season. Should even try. Maybe we'll spend a stream sometime in the future looking at how all the animal stuff works on this map, because it's a little bit different to others. So I think if I had my choice, as much as it looks a bit older, I would probably default to using this Kinsey planter over the speed, what is it, Easy Riser? The only advantage that Easy Riser has, it does come in a wider model. We were using the 12 row, it comes in a 16 and a 24, but again, my testing with the 24 was pretty laggy for row crop. I know I didn't have my FPS counter up, but like at the moment, probably 40, 38, 40. I was getting down around 12, 11 or 12 frames per second when I was using, or tried using the big one. So certainly something to think about. Now, we shall unload the other way, does it? Or it unloads the other way. Right, let's park this up, back it in over next to the other one. Try that now. Right, still not enough space to unload. There's not that much seed in there, what, 200 litres? What a huge amount. Ooh, it's gonna, oh, we're alright. No, we are gonna hit the shed. Question actually. Let's just double check. That's the 270 horsepower. We're big enough on this tractor, aren't we? 88. $100,000 straw bale challenge. You have some special ideas sometimes. Up from there, yes. Still haven't managed to figure out what my keybind issue is, where I can't refill things without hopping out of the tractor and back into it if I've moved the tractor. It's a bizarre little bug. Right, there we go. 2,000 litres. Is that going to be enough? We get the rest of whatever's in. Oh, are we even going to be able to get that up and over here? Look. Oh, she can't travel due to health issues. Well, it's definitely going to have to be a corp only show then, isn't it? I guess fine. I need to be on the other hopper in the seed tender. Yoss is special. He certainly is. Here we go. Need to get that liquid toad out of the way now somewhere or two. Again, we'll worry about that later. I'm impressed with how you've narrowed down my region so much. Fastest / only bale stacker in that area. Appreciate you, Bo. Yes, 2 of every animal in him. Oh my goodness, it's wrong in so many levels. With that same loading bug, have to hop out and back in too. Interesting one, isn't it, Pip? I don't know what it is. I thought I broke one of my keybinds when I was setting up this controller. I've been meaning to just do a hard reset on my binds and just see if it fixes it or not, but I haven't got round to it yet. Bless your heart, John. Get you in contact with someone taking bets on what planet you came from. I'd suggest it's a yet undiscovered planet if I was having to put money on it, Yoss. Hey Violet, hello. Right, what are we going to plant? We're going to plant barley, I think. Oh, actually, question, did I still have Oats in a bin. Oats and corn. Maybe we have... Oh, but we're not in the window for oats, are we? Oh, we are. Okay, we're going to do oats. The reason we're going to do oats is because I already have oats in the bin. So what we can do is harvest those, then we can sell them all at the same time, which won't be at a good price. And that'll free up our bins for corn and soybeans. Figured it out. Put it down to a mod conflict and just live with it, since it didn't seem to affect anything else on our... Yeah, but see, I have it on multiple different saves with different mod folders, so I don't know if it is a mod conflict or not. Yeah. Right. I just need our lights on in here to see where we're going. This is a big cedar to be planting these small fields. Needs must though. What are you talking about, Mark? It's no open cover. Ditch the wheel. I just didn't get around to setting it up, FSG, and I didn't want the first string back, I didn't want the added stress of worrying about that. Defaulted to what I know, what I'm good at, comfortable with. But it will definitely be coming back out. The other thing I want to do is we're going to get back into that on Wednesday streams, is more Lego building. Got my my tractor here, we've hardly made any progress on, so make a real effort getting back on Midwest Horizon, where we can get some work going with some nice long passes and guidance steering and get that started again. I didn't even change my crop. Why did no one tell me? Can I seed over that? Probably not, because this isn't a direct seeder. We'll just have to dump that wheat on the ground when we come down to harvest. Bother. Bother times 2. Nice sim dash update. Yeah, it is. Vehicle control add-on. Very cool. Great to have a couple of different options for that sort of guidance steering, GPS setup. Now let's have a look. Happening, am I seeding over it or not? Oh, seed's going down. Crisis averted. Have a nice day. Nothing to see here. No one picked the wrong seed type. No one did anything wrong. The figment of your imagination. Until I miss just that one little square and then it won't harvest. At least I'll start out notes. So, you're right. Now you're laughing at me, Mrs. Argsy. Laugh at my misfortune. Honestly, biggest seeder ever for this field. We can do 2 headland passes and we'll be done. Dagger moment right there. Dagger who? Need to roll it out and get lunch. See you all later on Argsy doing a live feed this Wednesday. I certainly will be. Certainly will be cool. Looking forward to jumping back into Midwest Horizon, seeing we're so close to getting that target. Don't want to miss out on that. That. Stop it, Bo. See you there then, indeed. Sounds good, cool. Oh, don't go too fast. The only downside to doing this is it's one more thing to harvest before we can get into our row crop harvesting. Silly, but here you go. Right, field 1 done. Can I get through the gap here in the trees with this unfolded? Should be able to. Load a couple of wheels over the edge of the ditch. No trees in the way. Easy. Should remind you about it in 4 years, you know it's on permanent record. Darn it. Hey Black Book, how you doing mate? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. You had a wonderful end to 23 and 24 is treating you well so far? It's funny coming back into this field because on 19 I ploughed all this one into, made it one big arable field. And then does it still have this ditch here? It does. We'll go around that. That was lethal on combines. Really should be painted out with grass or something. Certainly no trouble pulling the cedar with this tractor anyhow, which is good. Doing well, good to hear mate. Pleased to hear that. Depends what you're growing them for, Yoss. If you're growing them for firewood, then I'd call them a root chop, but if you're growing them for wood chip, they're probably more a root crop. The food. Are you talking about broccoli? Mini trees? Clearly they're none either. They're a brassica. No such thing as a small field of beets. Ain't that the truth, Pip? Any field of beets is too big. Although if Scorp's harvesting it with Scorp power, it probably is a big field and you'll get it done in next to no time. Much as we're doing with these fields with this planter, cedar. Chewing through them. As with Mark, exactly, there we go. Scorp power. What do you call a group of broccoli, Mark? This dad joke material? Bunch? Thank you, Pip. You've got it. Hashtag dad joke alert. No, you're just asking. And please don't do that to us, Mark. Surely there's a dad joke in there somewhere. Think of one. Alright, 1, 2 done. Where are we going next? 24, and then we'll do that one. It was the dad joke. In some languages, the I at the end would indicate it being plural. Is that right? Oh dear, Chinook. Oh dear. I know you've been awake all night at work, but that was terrible. Dreadful even. You need those on in this field, it's a bit brighter in here. I can't remember which way that gate swings, but we're going to need that open to go through. Just a bit. Ba-ba-ding. Ba-ba-bad. It should be a bad ding. Bada-bing. What is black and white with red all over? Well, it's not a newspaper, black and white. The newspaper is black, white, and red all over. Tell me what is black and white with red all over? There's what I thought, Bo, but... It was a granddad joke. You would have got it then, Hanson. It made complete sense to you. Cheap blow. Take my chances. You are more often than not laughing at me during streams. Might turn to have a laugh at your expense. Wanted dad jokes, but you're not a dad. Best dad jokes and unintended bad joke. Bad joke, dad joke. You, if you don't ask the wife for permission. You gotta add blue into that, and purple. So we'll see at FarmCon then, Scorp. We'll be there too. I haven't used this cedar often enough, but boy, it covers some ground. 2 healing passes and we're done, just about. Only downside to it, it has no fertilization with it. I really think a cedar this big might have had some dry food or something on it, but alas it does not. You're going on your own to Europe without the wife. She can come too. Well, it looks like it's shaping up to be a beautiful day here in the Manawatu for me. Get out and mow the lawns. Typical though, the weather forecast for the week. Week you go back to work, you can guarantee the weather forecast will be sunny and hot for the whole week. So far, the first 3 days of it are exactly that. 100% guaranteed. She doesn't have as much paid vacation time as you do, dang. Food service industry, true. was a bit amateurish of me. I could have done that whole strip in one pass if I was paying more attention. Like, that is terrible. Look at it. Snow and freezing where you are, Ensign. Freezing the coming week, Yos. Don't mind going to work when it's cold, but when you're sitting there not doing anything and it's hot, not too pleasant. Alright, 849 litres of seed left. Should be able to get this field done. Then we'll be able to evaluate where to next. Could even spend some time once we've finished having a look at the animal inputs and things for this one now. Right. Bit of a bigger field, so it's going to take us just a touch longer. The question that should be asked is, will Mrs. Argsy be doing her Europe shopping trip this year? At this stage, no. Oh, it'll be Argsy on his own tour this time around. Been there, done that, got the FarmCon ticket. Oh. I'd love her to come, but she's leaving now. On that note, see, have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. You're cool when I'm finished. Thanks for the banter. Good sport, Bo. She is a good sport. Did you hear about the great bricklayer who lied a lot? No. Tell me more. He would always concrete. Oh. Why did he pick on Crete all the time though? Like Cyprus? What else is there? Sardinia? He could have picked a number of Mediterranean islands. I think it's going to cost me a trip to the Pacific Islands FSG, so probably bank manager's not going to see any relief. Oh, just looking at our seed consumption, maybe we're not going to have enough to do this field. Why are we racing through it here? Is it just because this field's so much bigger than the other ones? What do you call a man with a spade in his head? This steed, FSG's got it, Doug. Cliff. Oh my goodness. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. I thought we left the bad jokes behind at Christmas, to be honest. Douglas. The jokes are going downhill when they started there. That's right. What do lawyers wear to court? Chinook? Lawsuits. Ha ha ha. That would suggest they went upstairs, uphill at some stage, upstairs, uphill. What do you call a deer with no eyes, no legs at the watering hole? Dinner? On Mark, I haven't got to that part yet. Laurent Pierre Farmer, hello, welcome along. Oh, Benny, I thought it was Farmer. Laurent Pierre, how you doing? Still no idea at all. It's late. It's not though, is it? It's only 8:45 for you, isn't it, Mark? Don't use it's late as an excuse. I'm out of seed. How long ago did I do that? Just then. No, a wee bit ago. When did I run out of seed? Oh, just on there. Right, back to the truck. I'm going for a drive to the co-op. Stuck on the wall. Put the tarp on so I don't get accused of the seed that's not in there blowing out. And I will do this legitimately. No cheating on the seed. Seed's all been done honestly and with integrity. Nice light this time of night. That glow across there. Sun heading down. Early spring sun. Goat jokes are best heard and not read. Ugh. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The worst part about that is, Mark, I actually read it as great jokes. When I first looked at it, I was like, in my opinion, great jokes are best heard and not read. Right, seed is this one here. Fertilizer over there. See, won't be able to refill. Nope. Hop out, hop back in, refills. No idea why. The other thing with this is, I think, is this the one that has the weird trigger on it? I think literally to get this to fill the back one, I've got to come all the way here or something. It can be further back than that. Really weird trigger somehow. No. I mean, that's enough seed for me anyhow, but I want to fill it up. Sure, I did this last time and the trigger was like way up the front. And further than that. No. Don't know. Don't know. Don't care. We're out of there. Out of there. We got what we need. We got what we came here for. You call a dog with no legs nothing. He won't come home anyway. He won't come anyway. You're gonna ban Chinook. Come on. No, we can't do that. 5-minute timeout from chat button for bad jokes. Bad joke bans. Banned for driving at 70 miles per hour with a half-loaded seed tender. Of the glisten, the row crop. It just looks so nice when you come around that corner. You can see the rows. Look at the curves on those fields. Oh, it looks so good. Should be in the game by default. Giants make it happen. Don't bounce across that too hard. I wonder if we can do this. Which side's our walker on? Unload over the fence. So Mrs. Argsy knows you like curves on a field. It does. I have to put my foot down, Mark, and ban you from jokes. Well, I could have sworn I was in the right spot then. I have to be back in the truck to get this to work. Or did it fill up the front one and not the back one? And I have to swap to a different hopper. Alright. Why is there not filling this time? Worked just fine before. Why would you do this to me? Is it because it's folded? I don't think it is David. Did David do a gooseneck one? I can't remember now. That's what I wondered, David. I've got the right one selected now. Funny how it worked up in the field before, up in the yard. Is it because... Can't be. Like I had a little bit of seed in it last time, is it because of that? Something's on an angle because I'm sitting up higher than it. Let's try this. Nope. This is a gooseneck one, Mark, so I can't remember who made this one. Let's try it in the field where they're both at the same level. It's funny though, Scorp, because I used it before. I'd put the rest of the seed that was in it less 20 minutes ago. Here we go. Is it just the height because the cedar was sitting up quite a bit higher up here? A little bit of height difference. It's about all I can put that down to. Working though. Twitchy triggers. Reminds me of the name of a rap group on, I'm not going to say it because there's a naughty word in it, but Human Traffic, the movie Human Traffic. If you haven't seen that, it's such a good sort of cult 90s movie. So good. Ooh, Drifto. Let's carry on. Get this done now. Ended up having to F12 a lot. Can come in handy, doesn't it? It has its moments. We're going to have to get in and fertilise these fields, of course. We'll have to fertilise all the crops. Deal with weeds. So it might be a... oh, goodness, that was an interesting drift. Might be a bit of a crop maintenance stream next time. Good luck with that pep, the honeydew list or the siesta. My honey's not here and I've got the list to do. No, mow the lawns. Supermarket and mow the lawns for me. We're back into it. Oh, Twitchy Triggers, was that a movie? Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. Take a little bit off this end still, get this little finger finished. We'll run up and down that long edge. Cloud grass in there. Perfect. Oh no, but I can't imagine it would be. Oh. Your wife said you get to be lazy today. Nice. Make the most of that when you can, don't you? Oh, goodness. Funny how it wasn't doing that before. Now it's decided it wants to drift. We might as well. Got GPS enabled, we might as well turn it on. Line look, a little bit of an overlap, but that's fine. I get the width correct. Did. Indeed. And yeah, it's all looking good. Everything will be planted. There's quite a few oats when you're looking around the rest of the map, isn't there? Soybeans, oats, corn, and a little bit of wheat. Probably quite appropriate for the area. Little section there, we'll just tidy that up before we turn around. This is a thing, like, you know, this seeder here I can just go wherever I want and it'll just fill in that gap, but row crop, you'd have to completely consider whether you'd do that or not. I mean, you wouldn't, you'd just leave that section there and put it down to operator error. Whereas using these, you just go wherever you like. But we will not take too long to get this done. What was it? 3-4 more passes plus mucking around in there. Be good. Sorted. Lots of land planted. G'day Bruce, how are you, mate? Good afternoon to you. Good morning from me and Happy New Year to you as well. Alright, spin ourselves around. Quite good to maybe spend some time this afternoon doing that. Oh, excuse me, fertilizing and spraying. Out of practice for talking for 2 hours. Where did all the jokes go? I think Chinook might have fallen asleep. He worked late last night. Bo's making the most of his last day off. You're still here. Don't know what happened to everyone else, but... We have the window with you. There we go. Chinook ruined them. Put down the... Okay. That's a pretty good cedar, actually. I'm quite impressed with how quickly it's got over everything. Good speed too, 12 miles per hour. Go in and colour in this little piece down here. Didn't want to cause any more pain, so you stopped. We're all, for that, internally grateful to you, Mark. Actually, that's interesting. I wonder if I can plant faster than 12, because I had that cruise control set at 11. Max planting speed on this is. I don't just so happen to be 12. Okay. Strange coincidence. Last piece. Job done. Turn it off, fold it up. Head on back up to the yard and get everything tidied up. Looks good to me. Got any land sitting anywhere that's not planted, so sorted. Got to start planning our harvest as well now. I have to work on, I think I was narrowing the grain header? I can't remember. I had to try and do something to get both our headers at 9 meters wide. Matched the 9 meter wide planters we had. That's for harvesting the soybeans and corn, of course. Not too worried about it for the oats, but things to do, things to do. Also things to do is I don't know if we have a pressure washer anywhere. Got one in here? Nope. Right, I had got one on this. I sworn I had one on here. Okay. Tools. Oh, shop here is restricted. What? Go away. Reset the shop area and try that again. You just use instant wash. That a present for FSG. Oh, I had so many comments about my washing montage from the Aussie farms. The little music. No. I relented. Couldn't go any longer without a pressure washer on Aussie farms. Funny actually how many people commented and said, you've already got a pressure washer. I had to explain that they missed the first episode or second episode where we had the little detonator. Alright, that's that done. Okay, perfect spot, look at that. First time. Nailed it. Look, it needs a bit of a clean too. We're going to do this at the same time. So I'm sure we've got another tractor, but it's sitting there on the auger. Although it doesn't actually fit in any of the sheds, Mark. Literally, I don't think it might go through that door. But otherwise it won't go in any of the sheds. I've tried. Tried everyone I possibly could. So I shared your same sentiments. I was like, right, where's it going to go on this? Couldn't get it anywhere. Cheers, Daniel. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you have a good resty weekend. Fun doing whatever you're doing. Who left the door open as well? Not too good. Do I close that? Okay. Now where do I normally park this? Am I going to get that in there? I don't know if I will. Goes in behind the truck. I think I'd previously had it sort of facing out a slightly different way, but let's see what we can do here. See where I'm going. There we go. It's better. Let there be lights. Alright, oh, that'll do. Okay, but it never folded up properly. Interesting. I thought it looked a bit funky. That'll do. Oops, a bit close to the wall. Arrgh. So well with all my backing, and then I drive into the wall in the shop. Alright, well that's everything. What do we need? I will go down and pick the pickup up. Bring that back up. Super speed Argsy. Nyong. It'll buff out, indeed. Indeed it will. This is all empty, which is good. We put all the seed in the seeder, so don't have to worry about that. In fact, we might have to use this for fertilizer too. It'd be great if we're going to put liquid or dry fertilizer. Probably put some dry fertilizer over everything that needs it, but just have to figure out which way to do that. Oh, Mr. Legion, how you doing, mate? Good to see you back. Thank you very much for those gifted memberships. You're a star. Mark Haythornthwaite, Scott Page, who was here, I think he's gone. Nucleus Salmon Artemis, and Andre Cato. Awesome source. Thank you very much, guys. Very much appreciated. Merry Christmas. There you go. Late Christmas present, courtesy of Legion. Alright, we'll back that in. That can just sit in there for now. That's out of the way. Unlike the tractor. The ground there. Should have actually put that in through the garage door. A little bit smaller. There we go. What a way to finish the stream. Legion coming in with those gifted memberships. So that's everything planted. We've got our trial plot up here of the intercrop planting. We've got our trials down here of the, what would you call that? I mean, it's still intercrop, isn't it? Similar sort of stuff. We've got lots of, we're going to have thousands of litres of corn when you look at that. That's not a huge, a good amount of corn, those through fields. And then the soybeans down here, and then all of the oats we've got planted today. So I am, what are we going to have to do? We are going to have to get in and needs fertilizing. That ploughing off, probably find everything needs more fertilizer. Yep. Fertilize the whole farm. Some of these are going to need needing done twice. So oats definitely needing done twice. Anything else? Just one application. And no doubt we're going to get some weeds. So we might have a bit of a session where we maybe use a bit of course play, a bit of auto drive. We've got, what options do we have? We've got the Proforce fertilizer spreader. Probably not ideal with the big tracks. Be running that across our crops, but see. We'd get in there before they're coming up. We might be alright. Otherwise, we've got the 4045 there to our spraying. So that's what we've got. That's what we've set up with. Anyhow, thank you everyone for tuning in today. It's been fun. It's been great to finally get all of that row crop work finished. All the planting finished. I'm looking forward now to jumping in a wee while and getting these all harvested. But like I said, I want to try and get some fertilizer and weeding done first. We'll see how we go. Keep an eye out. I might jump on live later today. We'll see how we go with our timing. If it is, it'll be in about 5 hours, maybe 3-ish New Zealand time. We'll see where we are, see what's happening at the time and how we go. Otherwise, if you don't see me then, we will be back live on Wednesday night on Midwest Horizons, and we'll be working towards the $100 million challenge. 85 million, I think, was the last update I saw from the team. So looking forward to getting that all finished off as well. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the jokes. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, Legion, and also to Chinook for those, to all the members who renewed. You guys are all awesome. Great to have you here, and looking forward to an awesome 2024. It's going to be cool. Now, my mate Rusty Money is live right now. Can we jump over and give him some love? He was in chat earlier, so go over. There's Rusty Money's channel. Go over and say hello from the team here at Argsy Gaming. But from me, thank you all for hanging out with me. Been a blast. Love getting back into it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to 2024. You guys all take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.